Well, from regressions of a commander, to Eagles ready for a repeat. A different R word.
A better R
Do
word.
we think, and a better R word, do we think the Eagles will repeat? I will say this. I think the Eagles repeating will be all up to them. Okay? We know what they're capable of. We know what they're coming with offensively. We know two things. There's a guy in the backfield who can run for 2,000 plus yards. Okay? And he's very dangerous. Now, we know that their defense, top notch, A1. Okay? Very A1. Probably the number one defense that they have all of that. I think that what can possibly stop the Eagles is only themselves and them getting caught up in if anyone is ready to deal with their offense. Because the one thing that comes to my mind right now, whenever I think Eagles offense is, hey, the Eagles offense is going to be dependent upon how good Saquon Barkley is. Okay. Just like last year. Now, if you can figure out how to stop Saquon, which good luck, uh, maybe you can tame that flying eagle just a little bit. But what are you guys' thoughts? I'm gonna start with you, Visky. The Eagles flying in your division, headed back to the Super Bowl or no?
I don't see it. Let's just face the facts. He ain't gonna keep having these back-to-back 2,000-yard rushing seasons. I think he wore himself out last season. He might go for 15, maybe 1,500, but no, Saquon is not gonna be the leading force of the Eagles once again. Repeat, no. They better enjoy this one. Maybe 10 more years from now, they might make it back. But no. The tush push, everybody's going to focus in on stopping the tush push. That's going to be the main focus of a lot of defenses this season. So they're going to be waiting on them. Unless they're going to have some trick plays to disguise the tush push as something else, that's going to be a heavy focus. I just don't see them having that extravagant of a year back-to-back seasons. And I'm really not trusting in, the quarterback to lead the charge. Let's say if Saquon Barkley is not having this amazing year, I don't think Jalen Hurts can really carry the torch like a quarterback should. Come on now. What we talking about? The Eagles? Come on now. They have never read Dynasty ever. They have never showed Dynasty ever. Come on, this is a one and done, baby. Come on now. One and done.
Rob, the look of confusion.
I see y'all looking.
But R word, Rob, for the Eagles. Repeat, the better R word. What do you think?
So BC said Redskins. Redskins is a depiction, a racist depiction, really, of Native Americans, back in those times by racists and all that stuff. I never really knew that the homie somehow, some way would get his hands on some peyote and say some shit like that. Like, so here's the thing. Here's what I would say you could be right. When it comes to basically this team being dominant, there is a possibility that this team won't be dominant. And that was because Mekhi Becton is going to be out of the middle of that line. And so that is and for that matter, he was already retired. Never mind. But no, Mekhi Becton being off of that offensive line, and basically it's going to be some level of regression. Being able to not have a fucking freight train being right there in your middle to do that tush push kind of stuff, that is a big deal. So that I can basically say is a big deal. You still got Jordan Mulatto and Lane Johnson on both sides. You still gonna have Landon Dickerson right there on the left side, maybe moving over the right. But up that middle is going to possibly regress if Cam Jurgens doesn't basically become more of what Jason Kelce was. So that is a possibility. Everything else, no, these niggas are fucking great. They got everything stacked. They still got great corners. They still got a fucking dominant defensive tackle in Jalen Carter. You can move your head every fucking word, but you can't fucking hide from this truth. You gonna have to see these niggas twice a year. I don't, but no, like this team still is stacked up and down everywhere. Every position is still great. All right, so it's not going. Just guard is the only thing that basically you might have to really hinge on because that's your only chance. That's your only Achilles heel when it comes to this team. But they might just basically put somebody else in there, big as hell, that basically is going to still basically do what Mekhi Becton did. So when it comes to this team, I think they're ready for that R word, which is repeat. You know what? I'll basically leave it for 2 weeks from now, actually, when we do our Super Bowl predictions on who I think is going to be the eventual Super Bowl champion.